What is up, guys? Zach Scott here with a vlog. I rarely do vlogs, but there's been some exciting news today. The Nintendo Switch has been announced. For months, people have talked about rumors about what the Nintendo NX is going to be. Well, they've announced today with a full trailer the Nintendo Switch. I'll include a little video in the corner here just to provide some context. I definitely encourage you to check out the full video so you get the full resolution, get to see what it's all about, as well as listen to a cool song. But the Nintendo Switch seems to be what I've always wanted the Wii U to be, basically a console that you can kind of disassemble part of it and take it on the go. So it's a true merging of a console experience and a portable device. I think this sounds super exciting, and I think it's a step in the right direction for Nintendo. Now, I myself am a huge Nintendo fan. I don't know that I would call myself a fanboy. Maybe I would, but I've been a huge fan of Nintendo all my life, and that doesn't mean I don't like other companies. You know, I love it when all video game companies, all consoles are successful and they do well. And it seems, though, that Nintendo often gets criticized more harshly than other companies, especially over the past several years, because anytime that they release a console that doesn't do that well, it seems that the media really just hounds Nintendo over it. And I think it's unfair because if you take a look at the full scope of Nintendo as a company, this is a company that has brought joy to the lives of people for one or two generations, and they pump out great game after great game despite sales. So I think that's really admirable of Nintendo. Again, I'm speaking as a fan, and I'm not down on anyone else. I'm not down on Sony. I'm not down on Microsoft. But I am, ups. I'm big ups on Nintendo, if that's a phrase. It could be. I'm big ups on Nintendo, and I have been all my life. Ever since, they had Duck Hunt in the arcade, basically. My grandfather got me my first video game system, which was a NES, and he got me a TV too, so that was very kind of him. And since then, I have stuck with Nintendo. I've had all their consoles. The only console I didn't have was the Virtual Boy, and I actually got sent one a few years ago. But what I'm saying is that I love Nintendo when they're up. I love Nintendo when they're down in terms of sales. But I do think it's really unfair the way the media treats them. They're always very harsh on Nintendo for sales. They're always harsh recently for Wii U sales. But if you think about it, and I have pulled up some numbers here. Nintendo, they did really well with the NES and the Super NES. And then when they released the Nintendo 64, that's when the heavy criticism really started. Basically, they released a Nintendo 64, and it was at the time people were like, oh, it's another cartridge system, the future's with discs, and I mean they were right about that, but there's no reason to be down on Nintendo. They had some amazing games for the N64, and true, Sony did end up coming out with the PlayStation, and Sony did reign supreme with the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2. For two console generations, Sony did better than Nintendo, and that's fine. I'm okay with that because Sony did a great job. They had a phenomenal system. It's good when a system is successful because that means more and more attention will be brought towards that system, which means more and more great games, especially for that system. And if you think about it, there have been so many amazing franchises that have launched on PlayStation and Sony systems, and so that's a great thing. And Nintendo has, of course, held their own even when they weren't on the top in terms of console sales. But if you think about it, Nintendo has always been doing good in terms of portable sales. They've always reigned supreme with the Game Boy, with the DS, the 3DS. In fact, if you look at some, I have these charts on another screen, and you can look them up. It's VGCharts.com, Wikipedia as well. So yes, true. PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 is like the #1 selling console of all time. But the #2 selling console is the Nintendo DS. The #3 selling console is the Game Boy. #4 is the PlayStation. Like I said, PlayStation, PS2, both reigned supreme during their times. But the #5 is the Wii. And people did not give Nintendo the credit it deserves. In general, they never give Nintendo the credit it deserves. They brought joy to millions of people, and they release great games all the time, even on consoles that don't sell well, and people are still down on Nintendo. It's really unfair. But what I will say is that the #5 selling of the top 5 selling systems, 3 of them are Nintendo systems. And people, even when they released the Wii, and it looks like they sold, it says over here, this particular chart, 1 million global units. I don't know if that's completely accurate. I'm sorry, 100 million global units. Over here, Wikipedia says 101. Okay, so about the same. that's not different at all. Anyway, I'm just checking the numbers here. So and even when they did that, people were like, "Oh, it's not a real console." The Wii outsold all consoles for years. Year after year, the Wii was the #1 selling console, with the exception of the DS. And the reason I'm making this distinction is because I'm going to wrap this up into a very awesome point very soon. Even though the Wii was beating the home consoles, which were the PS3 and the Xbox 360, year after year, the DS was still selling more than the Wii. So Nintendo had the 2 top-selling consoles, both a home console and a portable console, for years. It was seriously like, I don't know if I have a chart over here, but it was seriously like, it was just year after year, and it was great, and all the way up to like 2008, 2009, whatever. Then, the next generation kicked in. Sony released the PS4. There was the Xbox. Microsoft released the Xbox One, and Nintendo released the 3DS as well as the Wii U. Now, the Wii U has been a sales disappointment, but I still love the Wii U and all the games that come out for it. The 3DS has been a pretty good success, especially for a portable platform. Now, overall, console sales are in a slump. There's been a downward trend in total console sales for years. That is due to a couple different reasons. The main reason, I think, is the way that cell phones and tablets have taken off. And although that those aren't marketed as gaming consoles, they are the top gaming platform. People play games on the phone, on the tablet, and they are the top gaming platform. And so that has dug into the console sales a little bit. Also, the way that PCs have gone, a lot of people are preferring to play like an in-home experience on the PC. Think about it. Minecraft was like the best-selling game of I don't even have the numbers in front of me, but it was like the most successful game, and a lot of people were playing Minecraft on the PC long before it was even available on tablets or consoles. And so, yes, a lot of the trend, the overall console sales, a lot of people don't feel the need to have an in-home individual console because they have PCs, they have phones, they have tablets. But there's still a market for the consoles, and even though the overall trend is down for total console sales across all manufacturers, the good news is that the PlayStation 4 has sold 43 million units worldwide. Compare that though to the Xbox One, which has sold 22 million units worldwide. Xbox One is obviously not doing as well as the PS4. Xbox One still has some pretty good games though. PS4 does too. But the Wii U, 13 million sold worldwide. I agree, it's a disappointment in terms of sales numbers, but there's no reason to hate Nintendo over basically a hardship in console sales because, like I said, you have Nintendo on one hand bringing joy to millions of people, and then on the other hand, sluggish console sales. Where do they get the hate from? Why do people hate someone like that? It doesn't make sense. And again, all the while, still pumping out great games. My overall point, though, is that the DS sold 154 million units globally. The 3DS, 60 million units globally. Think about this. The Nintendo Switch is being marketed as both a console and a portable system. If they can successfully market it as the successor not only to the Wii U, but also to the 2DS and 3DS, then I think they can really sell a lot of these consoles because people are going to say, like, why take a 3DS with me when I can take a Switch with me? Why have a Wii U or when I can have a Switch here, at home? So I think they can tap in to my cat's meowing. I think they can tap into that market that they have where they have dominated, the console. My dog's whining now. Where they have dominated why is the dog whining? Where they have dominated the console, the portable console market, as well as the home console market. If they merge those two, and I hope that I haven't been all over the board here, but what I'm saying is if they merge those two, I think this Nintendo Switch can really pick Nintendo up out of their console slump. I could see them winning whatever the next generation is in terms of sales if they do that. I hope they do. I would love to see Nintendo successful again. But even if just half of the 3DS owners, the 60 million people, if just half, 30 million, buy into the Nintendo Switch, then they've already have beaten Xbox One sales. So think about that. The Nintendo Switch could be on target to be very, very successful. And I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating. It's just a little bit. It's hot. I have lights on. I have my doors closed. But anyway, I think I just wanted to put that in perspective because Nintendo could be poised for a comeback. They could sell this console to people who wouldn't want to buy the Wii U simply because this is actually portable, and they could also sell directly to their market of 2DS and 3DS fans who love having a dedicated portable console over having like a phone or a tablet. I think it's possible. I hope it is. I wish Nintendo the best success. Go check out their trailer. Basically, it's a home console. You take it out. It's a tablet that you can play. It has controls on the side. You can remove the controls on the side. You can play with those. Kind of like nunchucks almost, like from the Wii. I'm excited about it. It looks like they have games planned, like a new Splatoon, a new Mario, a new Mario Kart. Go check out the trailer. I'm really excited. I think this could be a financial success for Nintendo. I'm hopeful it is. I don't know that it will be. But just think about it. Think about the number possibility here. If they're merging their portable sales and their console sales into one platform, they could really pick up a lot of those 3DS fans and maybe even win the next console war, so to speak. Although console wars, that's a whole other topic. Console wars in general are a little. It's hard to say like when they line up because. Instead of the PS4, they have the PS4 Pro. Does that count as the same generation? I guess so. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about are the games and the gaming experience that the Nintendo Switch could provide. Taking a look at the trailer, we saw like what looks like a Skyrim game brought over to the Switch, which looks cool. But I'm thinking more like first-party stuff, like the Mario, the Zelda, the Splatoon, the Mario Kart stuff that we saw in that trailer. So first up, I was tweeting about it, and some people were telling me, Zach, no, those are just ports. And I'm telling you, I know Splatoon. I played a lot of Splatoon. I'm rank S+ on Splatoon. I know Splatoon, and that is not a port. That is not a port. That's a different camera angle that they're showing a Splatoon. The squids have different haircuts. I mean, this is a brand new Splatoon game. I don't know if they're going to market it as a full sequel or like a 1.5, but at the very least, this is a new Splatoon game, and I think it's going to be really, really cool. And I'm excited about that because Splatoon is one of my favorite games. The Mario looks new. The Mario Kart looks new. I think and of course, they might just have some test footage. This may not represent final products. But I think what they're saying is that, hey, the Switch will have a new Mario Kart game. We'll have a new Splatoon game. We'll have a new Mario game. Now, for Zelda, they're going to have the new Zelda on the Wii U, which I'll play on my channel. And they'll probably bring that over to the Switch as well, because that's what's been rumored, is that they would bring that over to the NX. And of course, now we know the NX has a name. We don't have to say NX anymore. We can say the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, which, by the way, it's a very good name for the system because that's exactly what you do. If you look at the trailer, I shouldn't have to I should have to like totally explain it, but what it seems to me, and this is just pretty apparent just on my first observation, is this is the console that you keep at your home. If you want to take it on the go, easy. You just pull the tablet out. It's like a tablet now. And you take it on the go. It has controllers on the side. You can also bring in a Pro controller just like you can with the Wii U. It's kind of like the Wii U. They're marketing it like the Wii U, but super portable like a DS or 3DS. And I think that's great because right now the Wii U was kind of sold with that promise that you could turn off the TV and kind of go around your house, but there is a range limit. But now you can turn off your TV and go to another country and keep playing the game. And I think that's a really, really awesome concept, a concept that smartphones and tablets do really well because, if you always have the game with you, then you can always be playing at any time. You can do some mundane tasks away from your desk or your couch or your workstation or whatever you want to say. And so thinking about this just purely in terms of the games that we have now, think about Splatoon, for example. Splatfests would happen for like one day only, Splatfest, right? That's a special event. I'm thinking to myself, as a video creator, I got to be home that day to record Splatfest. But just as a player, as a fan, if I put myself in that mindset, I still want to be home that day. I don't want to miss out on Splatfest. So either I can, take my whole console with me, but then I have to be in a hotel room or like a friend's house or something. But with the concept that the Switch is presenting, they can have a Splatfest, and you can go on a trip or on a vacation. You could be like in a an Uber playing Splatfest. You know what I'm saying? This allows you to conform now to your schedule, to gaming schedule. A lot of games are moving in this direction where they have limited time events, and it's not just Nintendo. Other games have been doing this for a long time, especially the portable markets. Plants vs. Zombies has events. Destiny has events. And, of course, we saw that with Splatoon. And even the Pokemon demo has special events. The Pokemon Sun Moon demo on the 3DS has special events. Of course, it's not too much of an issue with the 3DS because it's already a portable device. But I'm saying now you can have these full-blown games where, there can be an event coming up. You don't have to worry about where you are if you could take it with you. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. Also, what's cool to me is just the idea they're going to be courting third-party developers, and third-party developers are going to be including this type of stuff in their gameplay as well. If you think about, like, I just use Destiny as an example because I play a lot of Destiny in my free time. But let's say, there's a game that you're playing. Maybe it's Destiny, maybe it's a different game. Whatever game it is that you're playing on the Nintendo Switch. And, there's some action-packed stuff that you want to be at your couch for or at your desk for. And then there's some, menial grinding stuff that, you want to do, but you don't want to have to, like, dedicate your whole attention to. You could just pick up that tablet, go around your house, go to your neighbor's house, go out, kind of do just... I do that a lot when I grind in Angry Birds Epic. I have a tablet, and sometimes there's some grindy stuff that I have to do, and I just kind of... I don't give it my full attention. I do something else, and I kind of turn to my tablet, push a few buttons, turn back here, turn back to my tablet, push a few buttons, turn back here for another few minutes. And so I kind of like that concept with a console game where I don't have to be there. Let me just gather my thoughts. I know I'm all over the board. Basically, what I'm saying is the way a lot of the trends are going in gaming is that they have games have the action-packed stuff, and then they have like the side stuff that really shouldn't have to require your full attention, but just due to the nature of how consoles work, you're there with your full attention. Imagine, though, in the future, especially with the Nintendo Switch, if some of the stuff that you don't have to be completely attentive for, you can do now because you're able to take the tablet with you wherever you go. I hope I'm clear on that. But anyway, just in general, the concept, you're going to have like Splatoon with you no matter what now. It doesn't matter if they have a Splatfest and you're out of town because guess what? The Switch is also out of town with you. Huh? Anyway, those are just my ideas on the games. I think that it's going to be really cool. I could see them then having events for Mario Kart, events for any sort of their game, because they know that no matter where you are, you can bring the Switch with you. Okay, hopefully I wasn't too long-winded. I wanted to get all my thoughts out in a couple different takes. And so that's it, guys. What do you think about the Nintendo Switch? Let me know in the comments below. I have, of course, been tweeting about it on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at ZackScott. But mostly, leave some comments below. What games do you want to see for the Nintendo Switch? What games featured in the trailer are you most excited about? And also, what do you think in general about the style that the Nintendo Switch promises to bring you? A console experience that you can take on the go. So, see you next time. Well, I have a lot of videos. I'll see you I have videos every day, but see you next time. Let me know if you want to see more vlogs. I'm trying to get all my ideas out there. I have a lot of good ideas. I have the best ideas ever. Just kidding. But let me know if you want to see more vlogs because I can definitely touch on other topics in the gaming industry. Sometimes I have a lot of thoughts on things and I just simply don't make a vlog about them. But today was too special. I had to do it. The Nintendo Switch has been announced. And it looks cool, in my opinion. I think it's poised for a financial success if they do it right. And I think that it's also poised for a really, really awesome gaming experience, again, if they do it right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.